Welcome to my grant proposal presentation. For the purpose of this assignment, I will hypothetically pitch the grant proposal for a small grant through the Lakeland Foundation Chamber. The Lakeland Chamber Foundation awards small grants to not-for-profit organizations in the Lakeland area to support specific community and education betterment projects. Thank you for considering the Go Seekers and Eagles After School Care project for a $10,000 Lakeland Foundation Chamber grant. The targeting social and emotional learning competencies using Before the Bullying curriculum is an education betterment project. Go Seekers and Eagles at Highland Park Church is committed to providing quality before and after school care in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Students have opportunities to engage in arts, crafts, sports, and games. The mission of GSE is to provide programs and activities designed to promote students' physical abilities, mental, and social and emotional development in a Christian atmosphere. The purpose of this project is to pilot a bullying prevention program using the Before the Bullying After School program and to evaluate its effectiveness to improve the self-management and relationship skills of K to 4th grade students who are enrolled in the Goal Seekers and Eagles at Highland Park Church in Lakeland, Florida. The project is designed to address 4 problems. First, although part of our mission is to provide programs and activities designed to promote students' social and emotional development, GSE presently does not have a program in place to intentionally fulfill that mission. GSE desires to improve the quality of the after-school program by implementing an evidence-based program. Second, perhaps as a result of unstructured playtime, the competitiveness associated with games and sports, or a combination of both, GSE directors have observed the presence of bullying behaviors across all ages. A third problem is that GSE staff are not qualified to develop a curriculum to foster social and emotional skills to reduce the bullying behavior. Therefore, an evidence-based social and emotional learning curriculum must be used. Finally, there are limited research-based methods to track implementation of SEL programs in any after-school settings. The first goal of the project is to pilot the Before the Bullying curriculum in the K to 4th grade student groups of the GSE After School Care program. Meeting this goal will establish a program to target specific social and emotional skills with an evidence-based curriculum. GSE anticipates that skills learned from Before the Bullying class sessions will result in decreased numbers of bullying behaviors. The second goal is to evaluate the influence of the Before the Bullying curriculum on self-management and relationship skills of participating children. Meeting this goal will increase the number of assessment tools available to measure the effects of SEL activities and programs in an after-school setting because assessment tools will be developed by the principal investigator during this project. The final goal of the project is to share the results of the Before the Bullying research project with stakeholders and other after-school programs in the greater Lakeland, Florida area. One of the benefits of this project is the addition of a structured time of SEL instruction. According to research, programs that have clear and consistent programs or strategies to provide social and emotional learning promote desirable SEL outcomes in students, such as improved self-confidence, self-regulation, and social competence and reductions in delinquency and other problem behaviors. Another benefit is that valid and reliable methods to measure the influence of the SEL curriculum implementation will be developed specifically to evaluate SEL programs in after-school settings. The use of the newly created assessment tools will enable after-school programs to measure the effectiveness of their programs and to make adjustments to improve the quality of their SEL program components. Finally, if successful, GSE can become a model program for other after-school programs in the Lakeland area and GSE staff and directors can share what they learned with other programs. To achieve the program goals, the principal investigator will develop reliable and valid assessments and conduct a mixed methods evaluation. Pre- and post-implementation assessments, surveys, observations, and interviews will be done by the principal investigator. The GSE director and counselors for the K-4th grade students will pilot the Beyond the Bullying curriculum from January 2021 through April 2021. 64 class sessions will be completed by the treatment group of students, while a control group of students experience the typical GSE program. The principal investigator and the GSE director will share the results with other after-school programs. The project will be completed through 5 phases. In Phase 1, the evaluation materials will be developed and validated. At this time, the GSE after-school program will maintain present unstructured program activities. During Phase 2, pre-implementation data will be collected through parent surveys and interviews, students' self-reports, counselors' observations, and discipline records. The curriculum will be implemented during Phase 3. Students will be randomly assigned to either a treatment group or a control group. The GSE counselors will use the Before the Bullying curriculum to conduct 64 lessons with the treatment group of students. During this phase, the principal investigator will begin the preliminary analyses of the pre-implementation data. Post-implementation data will be collected in Phase 4. After data collection, the treatment group of students will join the control group students and return to pre-implementation after-school activities. During Phase 5, the principal investigator will complete pre- and post-implementation data analyses and write the final report. GSE will cover the costs associated with the typical aftercare staff costs, purchase the curriculum, and provide the supply costs for copying. We are asking for $10,000 to cover the expenses related to evaluating the influence of the Before the Bullying curriculum on the self-management and social skills of the students. The $9,600 stipend for the principal investigator is $800 per month for 12 months. $400 is requested to cover the costs for using a transcription service to transcribe the interviews. The fiscal agent for the project is the Highland Park Child Development Director. The Goal Seekers and Eagles After School Director and the Principal Investigator are the grant administrators. The GSE Director will oversee the after-school counselors and aides. The Principal Investigator will oversee the program evaluation and the research of the influence of the curriculum on SEL skill development. Each goal will be evaluated. Goal 1, curriculum implementation, will have artifacts collected and analyzed. Goal 2 will have the pre and post test measurements. And Goal 3 will again be collecting and analyzing artifacts. The final report will be shared with stakeholders, such as the Highland Park Child Development Center Director, Goal Seekers and Eagles counselors and parents of students, the grant provider. Other after-school programs will be invited to hear a presentation of the results if the results are positive, and if possible, the principal investigator will seek to publish the results in a peer-reviewed journal. Positive results will lead the GSE program to provide classes using the Before the Bullying for all students. The classes will be conducted during the first semester of each school year and reviewed throughout the second semester. Efforts will be made to form collaborating relationships with our feeder schools. And we desire to use what we learned from this project to help other after-school programs implement evidence-based curriculum and to explicitly target SEL skill development. Thank you for listening.